So we got BMF season 3, episode 7. And it's just getting worse for Charles, man. Week by week by week, bro. It's not getting better for bro. Like, we really might have to pray for Charles, man, because I'm actually starting to feel a little sorry for him, bro. So this episode, Charles finds out that Dr. Montclair is sending flowers to Lucille. So he reads the note in the flowers, and it says, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow night." So Charles already knew what type of timing that was. So when Lucille got home, Charles addresses Lucille about this, like, yo, another man is sending flowers to my wife in the house that I built. Like, this shit out of pocket, bro. Of course and Lucille was mad because Charles read the note. Charles telling her, of course I'm going to read it. You're my wife, basically. Like, this is wild. Charles also tells Lucille what this nigga ain't understanding is that it's always going to be me and you. Lucille started going on too. She basically called this nigga broke. She's like, man, you spend all this damn money on instruments, but you don't want to spend it on the damn bills. Yo, I was crying when she said that. But Charles ends up telling her, like, yo, the grass ain't going to be greener on that side. Lucille, you're my wife. And then Lucille hits him with the, I don't belong to anybody. I am my own damn woman. Like, that one hurt. And you could tell Charles was messed up after the whole argument. Like, you could see Charles is like, damn, like, she's not really even acknowledging me as her husband. Like, that was Charles' thought process. And Lucille also ended this shit with, I will decide who I want to spend the rest of my life with. So, y'all, man, we just got to pray for Charles, bro. Bro might really be cooked. And even worse, she ends up linking Maurice in the night. And they end up shagging in the car, bro. She over there telling them shit like, you put your hand back there and then I'll show you. All of this wild shit, man. Lucille was really bugging. She talking about, I'm just trying to have fun. Like, damn, Charles. This is bad, bro. Montclair don't care nothing about Charles, man. He was telling Lucille, like, yo, at a point, you're going to have to pick and decide who and what you want. Like, he's ready, man. So, Dr. Montclair versus Charles. May the best man win. So, Terry made a power move this episode. Since Henry isn't complying to his rules, since Henry isn't listening to anything he's saying, and her father can't seem to get in her head, ended up flipping some of the guys that work with Henry to come work with him. So Terry basically flipped her whole clientele, and now it's easier for him to take her down. His plan is slowly working. Speaking of Terry, man, his girls are out of control. We see in this episode, Markisha pulls up on LaWanda, Terry's baby mom, and tries to offer a peace offering because of everything that had happened and transpired when they first saw each other. She's trying to basically just keep things like cordial, you know, for the sake of Terry. She tells LaWanda, me and Terry are together. And it can be more comfortable for Terry if he can be more open to us. LaWanda wasn't trying to hear none of this. She ends up telling Markisha, like, yo, basically, who the hell do you think you are? That same coat that you got on right now, he got for me too. Like, you not better than me. You just the other woman. Like, you just there. And Markisha was replying, talking her shit and telling LaWanda, like, you want to be me. You want everything that I got. Like, you look like a cheap version of me. But LaWanda ended it up with, you could have all the fur, you could have all the coats and things like that, but I have his blood. So these two ain't gonna get along anytime sooner. It's just gonna be fights after fights. So, like, you could tell now, Markisha wants Terry to be, like, obsessed with her. Like, she wants Terry to prioritize her over most of everything. Like we saw in this episode, like, she called Vince and Terry to the spot at the same time because she was trying to make Terry jealous to see how he would react. So Vince, one of the old dudes she was humping, pulls up to the spot because she calls him there. Then Terry now comes. He sees Vince talking to her, and Terry's like, move on. This is my girl. Get out of here. Then she basically tells Terry, I like when you get like that about me. Like, it turns her on and shit. So, like, we can see the type of girl Markisha is, man. Terry might have to throw this girl to the curb Cause she definitely got issues. Like the fans, we gotta keep our eyes on Markisha. Maybe she does some snake shit. So Meech's episode, we see that he went to St. Louis because I mean things were getting hot for him in Atlanta, and also he had to check the way Jay Pusha was doing things out there. So in this episode, we see that Jay Pusha's brother Carter ends up getting kidnapped and held for ransom. Told Jay Pusha he needs to bring some money to get him back. Jay Pusha wasn't agreeing at first. He wasn't with none of it. Jay thought he could get them smoked by himself, but they kept torturing his brother and tormenting his brother, and ended up cutting one of his brother Carter's fingers and sending it to him. So then at the end of the episode, Meech now came up with a plan to free Carter. So Meech ends up getting the drop on one of his kidnappers, and he pulls up with Slugger and one of his guys, man. And they see bro walking out, and they basically press him. They ended up breaking his finger and taking his finger off since he did that to Carter. And they're asking him, yo, where's Carter? Bring Carter home. Where's he at? But then after they finished tormenting this dude, Carter was then brought back home. So then Jay Pusha thanks Meech. He tells Meech, you family now. Then Meech tells him, yo, I'm going to need a spot out here, basically. Like, you got to hook me up with a spot. And we're seeing Meech starting to expand and starting to grow BMF worldwide. So Nicole's going through a lot right now. She ends up bringing a knife to school because she's still traumatized from what happened to her ex, Darius, and how she wasn't even able to help. She's also starting to really take that boy seriously from school and church. We saw them kissing in this episode. I think Lucille might find out that these two are getting a little more intimate with each other. Now, remember what Lucille said. She didn't want Nicole to make the same mistakes that she did, especially her becoming a teen mom. But we're going to see how these things play out, bro. So let me know what y'all think about this episode so far. Let me know what y'all think about the BMF season overall right now. It's your boy. I'm out.